It's knockout week on MasterChef The Professionals. Previously, 5 of the remaining 10 chefs experienced the MasterChef pop-up.
Take a bit of elbow grease.
It's all systems go.
In a hard-fought battle, it was Ismail who triumphed, with his take on a Bangladeshi street food classic.
I would eat that all day long, 10 out of 10.
After the remaining 4 cooked to stay in the competition, Anthony was sent home. Now, the second group of 5 fight for their place in the semi-finals.
The competition, it's all you think about, dreaming of it. Reality and dreams, it's all just going into one.
I'm definitely feeling the pressure. I would hate to go home at this stage, be so close and not quite make it.
Today I'm feeling very excited. This is the fight to go through the semi-finals, so it's a big deal.
We've got 5 chefs raring to go, and I can't wait to get them started.
2 massive challenges. Let's see who's going to soar, and let's see who's going to stumble.
It's early morning, and Gareth, Sel, Georgia, Mario, and Luke are arriving in the city of London for their first challenge.
We are out of the MasterChef kitchen and into the MasterChef pop-up.
Pop-up restaurants is all about great flavour, great dishes served at pace, served at volume. The pressure is on. Chefs, good to see you. Welcome to Boxhall, our pop-up MasterChef restaurant. Our 5 chefs from yesterday, wow, they certainly impressed. Now it's your turn.
We are inviting 25 guests that know everything there is about the pop-up world. Our guests today will be voting for their dish of the day. That chef will then go straight through to our semi-finals. Chefs, you have 3 hours until service. Use that time wisely. Off you go.
Solely responsible for 25 portions of their dish, the chefs will have to adapt quickly to the tightly packed kitchens and limited equipment to get the food out on time to the guests.
I've never done anything like a pop-up before. I'm very much a restaurant chef, so yeah, this is going to be a new experience for me.
It's stressful because it's cooking in a pop-up on my own, alone, by myself.
This venue, yeah, is amazing. I just feel really great to step out of the MasterChef kitchen and do something different.
I feel like today is going to be fun. We're doing street food, which I love, so yeah, really excited.
I do pop-up supper clubs and events, so I'd like to think I've got a good understanding of what I need to do to impress today.
Our chefs need to be up and running as fast as possible. There is no time to waste.
No matter the challenge, I want to see our chefs rise to it and deliver excellence every time.
39-year-old Manchester-based private chef Gareth has impressed the judges so far with his playful take on modern British dishes.
It's a good sight, isn't it? A big mound of butter. Oh, look at that, nearly.
In this round, he's taking inspiration from a late-night street food classic.
Tell me, what are you making for us?
Today I'm making you cheesy chips, chef.
Cheesy chips.
My take on it. So we're doing pomme dauphine, and I'm making a Comte cheese sauce that I'm going to narrate it over the top.
Traditional pomme dauphine, cooked potatoes, choux pastry. You're going to mix that up and ideally have the right consistency so that when it hits the fryer, it puffs up, yet it's not soggy in the middle.
Yes, chef. That's what I'm going for.
What's inspired cheese and chips?
Food needs to be fun, you know, and some of the best things I've ever eaten is at 2 o'clock in the morning after a night out with the lads, getting a portion of cheesy chips, you know, you can devour it.
Chips are fun. Pomme dauphine is stress.
Let's get these off.
Gareth's making his equivalent of cheesy chips, which is interesting, pomme dauphine. It takes a lot of skill to get it right.
When you fry it, you get like these little fluffy potato donuts almost. It's such a technical thing, the choux pastry, you know, it needs to be exactly right. You have to make sure the flour's cooked out well enough. I've got 18 eggs to get in and I've got a small mixer, so we'll see how we get on.
He's going to be given about 8 per portion, which means he's going to have to create over 200 pomme dauphine.
I've got too much mix for the size of the mixer, so I might have to go by hand if this gets a bit over the top.
If the mix is too dense, it will cook on the outside, but it will be raw on the inside. As excited as I am for cheesy chips, I'm also slightly on the nervous edge as well.
Dad of 4 and head chef of a pub in Winchester, 32-year-old Luke has made it this far with his technical ability and bold flavours. The theme he plans to continue today with a classic pea custard tart topped with braised harissa lamb.
The lamb is definitely the thing that's going to take the longest today. That's why I've got that on first thing. This one's going to be right to the wire, I think. I created this when I was off sick with one of my chefs. The idea of the egg custard tart is kind of like a elevated version of a quiche, which I think could be classed as a street food. It's something you could eat on the go. I've been out of the kitchen for quite a long time. I had quite a few ideas I wanted to try.
Yeah.
I was in a wheelchair at the time, and this was one of my favourite dishes.
You were in a wheelchair. What happened?
Me and my whole family had an accident, and I was quite seriously injured. I was in a wheelchair for 8 months. I was off work for quite a long time, but I've always been a chef. I provide for my whole family.
OK.
So I needed to continue to do that.
Certainly good to see you back on your feet.
Yeah, thank you.
So now you've got to do 28 portions, and you put yourself under a huge amount of pressure, I have to say.
I have, yes.
I do like the sound of it, though.
Thank you.
With his lamb on to braise, Luke is working on the delicate short crust pastry that will form the base of his tart.
The most important thing is lining the tart cases just right. He's got a short pastry. It's quite thick. I think it's a good thing. You want it to be cooked and melted in the mouth.
Quite a lot of risk with a custard tart because I'm putting a liquid custard mix into it that's going to bake. So if there's any cracks or holes, it can just leak out and it'll ruin the whole dish.
Lining the tart is the most important part with the pastry.
Every time I do these challenges, I feel panicked the whole way through, and I just keep thinking, why am I putting myself through this?
Junior sous chef Georgia has so far impressed with dishes and flavours inspired by her time growing up in Normandy and her experience working in Italy. Today, she is taking influence from the street food of Rome, where she lived for 5 years.
I really want to show people the Rome that I love and all the delicious food that might not be so well known in the UK.
Georgia, what's your dish?
It's not just one dish. As usual, I have to overcomplicate everything, and doing 3 elements.
Why have you gone for 3 elements, Georgia?
Because I can't make a decision.
We have a take of arancini called supli in Rome. Crispy rice ball. She's cooking like a risotto.
So I'm just putting a piece of cheese in the middle. The most important part is having that surprise of the cheese gushing out. So I've got to make sure I get that right.
We have a pork focaccia.
I've just got to make sure to get my porchetta in the oven so that there's plenty of time to slow cook and get a really nice crispy skin on there.
Cook gently. The fat will help to retain the moisture in the pork.
And also a melanzane, which is aubergine, mozzarella, tomato, and basil.
I've got to do about 60 rounds of aubergine at least.
Georgia's got 3 different elements to her dish, and she needs to get them all done at the same time, which is going to be a very, very difficult thing. What are your thoughts, Georgia, of going straight through into our semi-final? How does that sound?
I'm quite glad I'm doing 3 elements now, because at least I'm pushing myself to the max to get there.
So I wish you the best of luck. You've got a lot to do here.
I do.
Crack on.
Thank you.
Originally from Guatemala, private chef Sel has shone with flavours of his Central American heritage. Today, he'll be serving his take on a Guatemalan street food classic: spicy octopus tacos.
Cooking something from Guatemala, yeah, it feels great. A lot of pressure because, you know, I cannot do it wrong, definitely. Octopus cooking is kind of an easy, tricky one because it's very delicate. Like, if your timing is wrong, it can go chewy.
The octopus will be flavoured with a traditional Central American sauce.
Al pastor is a well-renowned marinade. It's a mixture of chiote, guajillo chilies, chipotle chilies, pineapple juice, and other spices such as cumin and coriander. You get this sweet, earthy flavor that is not overpowering.
Street food in Guatemala, is it a big thing?
Yes, everywhere, anywhere, any time of the day. It's gotta be tacos. It's a must. Like tacos in the morning, taco breakfast.
Sally's making tacos. I think using the octopus is a great idea. The octopus is cooked. While it's still warm, he marinades the octopus with that sauce.
It is nice and soft, yes. Yeah, that should do.
And then he puts that onto the griddle. They're great for charring. You want good texture, and you don't want it to be undercooked. You certainly don't want it to be chewy.
He's serving it with a refried bean puree. Sal's got to make sure he gets those beans in the pressure cooker to make sure that they're nice and tender.
Feels good like cooking Guatemalan food because I don't do it at all like anymore. Like the restaurant that I have worked, they usually fine dining. So yeah, it feels like, you know, refreshing to do this.
The only dessert on the menu is coming from head chef Mario. Drawing from his heritage, Mario is hoping to impress the guests with his ode to the flavours of southern Spain, something which has proven successful so far.
Pastry is not my strength, but I like doing it.
Mario is making a pianono. It's a bit like a Swiss roll. He's making a sponge mix, which you'll need to spread out nice and thin. You cannot let it dry out, otherwise it will crack when he tries to roll it.
I want it to be like thin enough to roll, but thick enough so it doesn't break. Getting the right thickness is a very precise job.
With the sponge for the cake roll baking, Mario can work on the filling. Saffron and cardamom-infused yema pastelera, a Spanish version of crème pâtissière.
The most important thing about that style of custard is making sure that the corn flour is cooked out. It's thick, it's light, it's fluffy.
Consistency is right. I just need to cool it down as fast as I can, and should be ready on time.
Right, chefs, 45 minutes. Your prep time has gone, OK? 45.
With his potato and choux mixes made, Gareth now needs to combine them for the main element of his cheesy chips.
So I'm just weighing this out. I want 50-50 potato and choux. The choux pastry seems a little bit wet, but I think it's good enough to go with.
Are you having fun yet?
Bags of it, chef.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be doing pomme dauphine again for a while.
I just don't think over 200 pomme dauphine balls is my idea of fun anymore.
No, I agree. I'm with you.
I'd be like, just give me a traditional chip at that point.
His potato and choux mix is ready for the fryer, but he still has a lot to do.
I've got to make my cheese sauce and bring all my garnish together. Comte and Parmesan going in now.
Conte is a very strong cheese, and it's a great one to use for this because it can carry through, even in the foam.
The key is that it's really light and moreish, but at the same time, you don't want it too light because it just sort of feels like you're not eating anything.
Luke has his tart cases onto blind bake, but he now needs to make the all-important pea custard filling. Spinach and pea puree is blended with an infused cream before the eggs are added.
So once the pastry's finished baking blind, I'll pour the mixture in and then bake it with the custard inside as well. Just trying to get my head down and get on with it, yeah.
The most important thing about a custard tart is the temperature of the oven being just right. You're cooking an egg mix. Too hot and it's going to scramble, too low in temperature and it won't cook, and it'll just stay as a liquid.
It's holding up so far. Just need to make sure I don't overcook them.
It's the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. I just don't stop shaking the whole time.
With 3 separate components to her dish, Georgia is struggling with the workload.
Time just goes so fast in these challenges. I've still got quite a lot to do. I'm going to finish off my soupli now. Slice the porchetta, slice some tomatoes, dress some rocket, finish off my aubergines.
Still on a croquette.
Yeah.
So Georgia's obviously got quite a lot to do. I think she's leaving herself just too much work.
Sel also has an extensive job list. He's working on a traditional escabeche to go with his octopus tacos.
He's got this lovely, crunchy vegetable sweet and sour garnish. He's got a massive bowl of cauliflower, onions, jalapeno chilies, and he's just put this hot pickling liquid over the top.
He also has the strenuous task of making 50 tacos using a specialist corn flour.
It's very delicate blue masa flour. It breaks down easily, but it also adds more flavor to any dish.
You must make some of the best tacos out there, no? You've had some practice?
I hope so. Yeah, I would say so, definitely.
On dessert, Mario's sponges are baked,
Hop chef coming through.
but they will need to cool before being filled with his saffron custard and rolled. He also has another time-critical element, lavender frozen yogurt, which will need to set.
I wanted to use lavender because it's a flower that I'm very familiar with. My mom used to burn it at home all the time as an incense, so I think it could be a good idea to incorporate it in one of the dishes.
Mario has a love of using spices. We've got saffron, we've got cardamom and lavender, as well as yuzu lemon gel.
I want it quite thick. It's gonna be like a gel on top of the ice cream.
Of course, these flavors can work together. It's all about getting the right balance.
I think I got a good chance to stand out because I'm not the only one doing dessert, so it's like only me, but also it's only me. So it's a lot of pressure as well.
There's 45 minutes prep time left, and today's guests representing the thriving pop-up industry have started to arrive.
Baked in Brick started about 8 years ago. I bought a classic Mini, I put a pizza oven on top and a barbecue under the bonnet and started doing the Birmingham street food circuits. In year one, I competed in the British Street Food Awards, which I won. The transition from being a professional chef into street food is really difficult because you've got to knock out high-volume food at great quality, but really, really quickly.
I think a good pop-up dish is something that's not too complex, hard-hitting and memorable. Presentation is a great thing, but I'm all about the flavour.
Street food is the place to bring out those new dishes that you've never tried. It's a place to be creative. The food should speak to your soul, warm the belly, and give you those flavours that you've never tried before.
I'm very excited to be back. I mean, this was probably one of my favourite rounds, personally. It's my bread and butter. It's in the sort of places I know. The chefs might not be used to cooking in this environment, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with it.
It's all right having one good dish in front of 2 or 3 people, but when you've got a queue of 50 people at a pop-up event, you've got to get that out in the exact same manner. Just don't try and be anybody else, be yourself and just do what you do kind of thing.
Service is fast approaching.
You have 30 minutes of prep time left, and as you can hear, our guests have started arriving.
I can hear the guests down there. I'm just trying to ignore that right now because I've still got quite a bit to do, but this is why we love cooking, is leaving it down to the last minute and feeling all that adrenaline.
His main components ready. Gareth is racing to get his 2 garnishes made, the first being sweet and sour onions.
I've got my onions cooking off, so I'm starting them on the griddle. I'm going to finish them in the pan, loads of butter and sugar and Chardonnay vinegar.
So we've got smoked potato skins, which is basically peeled the potatoes. He's deep-fried them.
How do we do a baked potato? Oh, skin's the best bit, isn't it? It's got all the flavour in.
And he's just going to get a little bit of smoky flavour running through them.
Luke is also making good progress. His harissa lamb is ready. But his big concern now is the pea custard tart.
Just giving it a wobble, still not set. I'm sure I've done the recipe right, but you know, there's doubts in your head when you just sat there watching it cook.
The pea custard tart, they need to be really cooked. That custard has to be absolutely set before it can be portioned.
And he's looking for just a lovely wobble from centre to the outside.
With service fast approaching, Georgia is now running well behind with her Italian trio.
I've got 30 minutes and I've still got to fry these, which I'm going to do just before service. Warm my focaccia, finish my aubergines in the oven, slice some tomatoes for the sandwich. Other jobs I'm sure I'm going to think of as I go along.
Georgia needs to get herself organised, otherwise she will be overwhelmed when it comes to service time.
I was hoping to be a bit further along than this, but I did give myself a lot to do, so...
Faring better is Sal, who's on his last job.
We've got this incredible mango sauce, which has got the Scotch bonnet chilies going through it as well.
Now I'm going to infuse the chilies with tequila.
The whole Scotch bonnet goes in, the seeds, the whole thing?
Everything.
My eyes are already watering. It's that smile on your face that's worried me. Wow.
It is not that hot, is it? Somebody else want to try it?
That's got a kick to it. So 2 tacos for me, 1 for Marcus, 2 sauce pots for Marcus.
Done.
Sponge is looking good. I got the gel, got my syrup, I got my cream with the saffron and cardamom. I just need to assemble, roll it, portion it, and burn it with the sugar on top. Okay, wish me luck.
Once all these sponges are filled and rolled, I think you'll start to feel a bit more relieved.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
You read my mind.
Once you start to roll that sponge into the Swiss roll, you don't want it to break up on the side.
Is it holding?
Yes.
You want a perfect circular finish to it.
Having been so focused on his sponge rolls, Mario's coconut garnish was forgotten.
Some of the coconut flakes, they were too long in the oven and they burned, so I'm just gonna do a fresh one again. I'm just tossing the coconut one more time, so now I'm gonna stay next to them. They're not burning anymore.
The pop-up diners are taking their seats.
Right, chefs, prep time is now over. Start clearing down and getting ready for service, OK? Your customers are hungry.
But not all chefs have completed their dish.
Right, let's crack on with it, Gareth.
Yes, chef.
First table up, let's go.
Thank you.
How many per portion?
8, chef.
Gareth now has the challenge of deep frying over 200 pomme dauphine to order.
That sounds like a bit of me, right? Takes me right home, you know, cheesy chips, late night, drunken, you know, need a bit of grease, need a bit of grub.
How long do they take to cook?
A couple of minutes. I want to get a nice crust on them.
It needs to be cheesy, it needs to be crispy. So the blend needs to be there.
Sweet and sour onions, I don't think you get better than that. Kind of plays on the salt and vinegar that you might put on your chips at a classic fish and chip shop. So if he gets that right, it's going to be fantastic.
Your Conte foam, your chips, happy?
I'm really happy with the onions, really happy with the chips. The cheese sauce is a little light for my liking.
The crumbs of the potato skin, they need to be crispy, they need to be flaky, they need to be crunchy in my mouth with every single bite.
Truffle oil, herbs, and off we go.
Service as soon as it's got green on. Be going to the gym after this, I think. I need to get fit. It was a push. It was a lot of work. Could have been a little bit prettier, but overall, I'm happy. I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
It looks gorgeous. This one's good.
I just hope that everyone enjoys cheese and chips as much as I do. Yeah.
It looks amazing. Something I'd like to see on a street food menu. So, excited.
Pomme dauphine, it was nice, light, fluffy. He's done really well with them. I know they're probably a lot of work, so he's pushed himself today.
Comté was amazing. The foam was incredible. Really nice and cheesy.
Really, really enjoyed the smoked potato chips. Could just taste a little bit of a hint of smoke, and they were really, really crispy.
I thought that was absolutely fantastic. The sweet and sour onions cut through the fattiness of the cheese. Great take on cheese chips. Really elevated it. I think you could fire that out at a pop-up, good speed.
That's what it does.
I think there's a really lovely refinement of flavour here. The pomme dauphine is lovely and light. They've got a lovely coating around the outside.
I love the sweetness of the onions that you get underneath the Comté mousse. Tasty, delicious, fun plate of food. That is what Gareth wanted to serve, and it's exactly what he's done.
That's it. Set.
Next to serve is Luke. With his pea tart out of the oven, his last job is to torch them.
So when you slice into it, the darker top gives a real nice contrast to the colour. So you've got the black top, and then it should be bright green underneath. It just makes the green pop a little bit more. I'm going to be a lot more confident when I cut into that tart, because at the moment I'm still in an area of unknown.
So Luke's making this pea custard tart. A good tart, you've got to have a crispy bottom, can't be soggy, good little right angle on the actual tart itself.
It's pretty much exactly how I wanted it. It's still very delicate, though, so I just got to be really careful with it.
How's that lamb looking?
It's nice and tender, sticky. I think it's good.
That braised lamb, I want to serenade my tongue and dance with my belly. It's gonna be sensational. I can feel it.
That is a pea salad with some truffle honey.
It could go either way, to be honest. But that's what I love about this round. It's like it can go either way, and hopefully it goes the right way for them.
What's that?
Sheep's yoghurt.
That looks fantastic, Luke.
Thank you.
You must be happy.
I'm happy.
Call for service when you're ready.
Service, please. Done. It was a big push getting all 30 plates up on your own in that time limit. I enjoyed it, but yes, it was tough.
Wow, that is impressive.
It looks really good, doesn't it?
Yes, it looks very good.
Listen to this. Yeah. Cooked really well.
The way that he held that pea custard was brilliant. That could have so easily split, but it just didn't.
That is delicious. Oh, it's got a bit of a lamb involved.
Also, it's impressive to get the pea flavour through kind of like essentially a sweet tart.
I think with a dish like this, where you're elevating the vegetables, I don't think you need to put lamb on it, and that's coming from a barbecue chef.
So the tart was amazing, the pastry was great. Something I've not seen before, something I would never order, but I'm glad I ate it.
Loved it. Chef's kiss.
This is over-delivering. Just the idea of torching the top of it to that contrasting colour, but it also adds a little bit of flavour as well.
The sweetness of the lime with the flavours of the harissa and then a freshness of the yogurt. It's wonderful.
Georgia is up next, and she's nowhere near ready.
Georgia, you look like you've still got a lot to do.
I do.
Can you get it done in time?
I'm gonna have to.
Georgia's making a trio of Roman street food. A really good Parmigiana. I think you need the balance with the aubergine. You don't want it too soggy, you don't want it too crisp, and that tomato sauce has got to be so rich.
What have you got left to do?
I've got to fry off my souffle.
Oh my gosh, those need to cook off?
Yes.
Do we need to get someone and maybe give you a hand?
I would love that.
Gareth, do you mind giving her a hand?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Go on, Gareth.
Thank you.
What do you need, chef?
Would you mind building these for me?
Yeah, got it. No problem.
Porchetta, focaccia. Yeah, that sounds really good. And I wonder if there are going to be any crispy bits.
We're holding up the service now, so we really need to rock and roll. All right, let's go. Come on. Gareth, do you want to put 2 of those pork sandwiches on here?
Georgia, you're going to have to move a little bit faster on those, OK?
Yeah.
As soon as that's on, is it going, is it?
Yeah.
Call for service when you're ready.
Service, please. That was tough. Yeah, very stressful. Big thank you to Gareth. I always give myself too much work, but as long as people enjoy the flavours, hopefully.
The porchetta was amazing, very well seasoned. Perfect temperature.
The crackling on that, I'm not even a crackling girl, but I was converted today. The arancini was juicy and the cheese was melting out of it. It was oozing, to be honest. It was delicious.
I love melanzane alla parmigiana usually, and I thought the tomato sauce on that was excellent. I think it was colder than the other two dishes, but I still thought it was a tasty element.
In general, there's just too much going on in that plate of food.
The dishes felt like neighbours on the same street, but they're not friends.
I'd be very happy with just one element of this, and that's the porchetta. I love the pork, it's juicy, I've got a little bit of crackling, I've got the dressing, I've got tomatoes. The little rice ball with the cheese in the middle, just a touch longer in the fryer for the cheese to get a bit warmer, but time wasn't her friend.
And then we have the aubergine with the tomato paste. Yeah, it's nice, but I think she doesn't need that. How are you doing?
Very good, chef. I'm just almost ready to plate up. I just need to grill my octopus, on my tortillas, and I can build my tacos.
Cel is cooking us octopus tacos al pastor. I expect the octopus to be cooked perfectly, al dente.
I think with the puree, I don't want it to be like too soft, almost like baby. But I want to put a bit of texture from the beef.
The jalapeno extra best kind of have that sour, spicy freshness. I think will cut through the octopus really, really well.
What I like about this one as well is this mango and habanero sauce. I like a bit of spice in Bengali. So I want to make sure that spice hits the spot.
You're happy with how it's looking?
Yes, taco is meant to be delicious more than beautiful. Service, please.
It's going to be spicy, it's going to be fresh. I think I'm going to like that one.
I'm very happy with it. I actually have a lot of fun going back home. Makes you feel alive, makes you feel like you are with your loving ones.
Nice and spicy, isn't it?
Really heavy mango first.
Yeah, that mango and then the tongue. The star of the show was mango salsa. Like, you got that real hit of mango, and then that spice that comes through afterwards.
So I personally found the octopus really well cooked, soft, wasn't too chewy at all, bit to it, tastes amazing.
Lovely soft taco, beautiful beans, lovely cooked octopus, lovely heat coming off the mango sauce, and crisp vegetables. Lovely. I mean, empty plates. Can't get any better.
I'm not entirely sure about the taco. I felt it was a little bit dry.
It's a bit hit and miss for me. I love this mango habanero sauce. It is very strong. And the pickled veg, it's sharp, but I wish we had a well-made taco.
I like what he's done with the octopus. It is a little bit on the chewy side, but it's acceptable. And Sal did look at home, so I think he was really happy to do something that brings back so many memories.
Mario is the last to serve.
Excited to see the dessert dish that Mario's doing. There's a lot going on in the dish, so it'll be interesting to see how it brings all the flavours together.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that sponge. I hope it's light, I hope it's fluffy, I hope it bounces, you know.
Your sponge, Mario, has it turned out as you wanted?
Yes, chef.
The lavender frozen yogurt, I've never tasted it. So the aroma of the lavender with the yogurt, I would love to see that.
What's the gel?
Yuzu and lemon.
Is that everything?
Yes, coconut.
Interesting flavours there, from saffron into the lavender. And, you know, I'm a sucker for toasted coconut cakes, so this one will be interesting.
Okay, service, please.
That's it. All done.
Finito. Thank you very much. It was my second time doing this pio nono. I think it's a very classical recipe. I hope people like it as much as we do in Spain.
It's fine.
For me, it's a very nice dish. The flavors work very well together, but the texture of the pionono sponge is not there.
It was overwhelmingly sweet for me. The yogurt does have a bit of a sour element, but it wasn't enough to wipe off the sweetness of the sponge.
I actually did see saffron inside the sponge cake itself, which for me was a 10 out of 10, and it just tasted absolutely amazing. And the lavender frozen yogurt. That was absolute joke. That was a 11 out of 10. Mario, he's smashed it, I can't lie.
Frozen yogurt, the lavender hit me straight away.
Overall, for like a really bougie jam roly-poly kind of thing, I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
There's a lot that I find just very strong. Mario's added saffron and cardamom to a really sweet, sickly custard. I find the balance of sweetness, and even though it's a dessert, has really overtaken this dessert.
It's mixed reviews for me. I like the yuzu gel with lemon. It's a bit citrusy, it's nice. The yoghurt with a little hint of lavender. I'm enjoying that, but I find the sponge very, very sweet.
After a challenging day in the pop-up kitchen, it's time for the diners to vote for their favourite dish.
Our 5 chefs today have been of varying degrees of success. I think a few of our chefs tried to impress too much.
I'm kind of mixed feelings about it. It was good fun, but I think I'm going to be cooking again. If I'd have scaled it back, then I probably would have been able to execute it better.
I'm so invested now in the competition. If I could get a pass through to the semi-finals, it would be a dream come true.
I have shown flavors and ways of cooking that we do in my country. My hope is, like, now people know where is Guatemala, like the flavors that we have and the things that we have to offer.
Pop-up experience for me was great. It was something different. I did enjoy it. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this. I don't know if I've done enough to go straight through, but I'm happy with what I've done.
It was good. I'm very happy. I managed to do everything as I wanted. The guests, if they're lucky as much to push me through to the semi-final, I'll be super happy. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to cooking the next challenge.
Our guests are placing their votes, and we'll find out when we get back to the MasterChef kitchen who is going straight through to our semi-finals.
The other 4 chefs are going to have to battle to stay in the competition.
Chefs, welcome back to the MasterChef kitchen and welcome back from the pop-up. Not without its challenges, I understand, but that's why we give you these tasks so you can grow as chefs.
We asked our guests to vote for their favourite dish, and the chef with the most votes is going straight through to the semi-finals. Gareth. Congratulations. Cheesy chips, who would have thought it?
Wow.
Well done, delicious dish. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you in the semi-finals. Go and take a well-earned break.
MasterChef semi-finalists, yes. It's my son's birthday today. Got this letter from him that you wrote for me. It says, "Thank you for cooking amazing food and for always trying your best." I can't wait to tell my family that I've got through. It's going to be so good.
Right, you 4 chefs, we've given you a brief, and that is to cook us a family favourite, something that brings you joy, memories of a loved one, friends, family. But we want you to bring it into this kitchen and make it restaurant-worthy. At the end of this, one of you will be leaving the competition. 1 hour and 45 minutes, off you go, and the best of luck.
Luke, what does a family favourite mean to you?
As soon as I was given this brief, it was always Sunday lunch. Growing up, it was a staple for me. It's now a staple for me and my family. And also at work, it's one of the busiest days of the week for us, working in a pub, so it's through my veins, really. I've got a rib of beef, and I'm going to glaze it with a Lyonnaise onion glaze to give it a beef and onion sort of flavour. Honey roasted parsnip puree, asparagus, and chantenay carrot fondant potatoes. I'm serving it with 2 sauces, a beef jus and a horseradish cream. Serving it with a side of cauliflower and truffle cheese, a Yorkshire pudding as well.
Is that it?
How long do you think you've got?
Yeah, there is quite a bit to do. Yeah.
Every single Sunday, for as long as I can remember, we had a roast dinner, so I'm very excited about this.
He's got this beautiful rib of beef, he's sous videing it, so then he's going to get it in the pan. and colour it off and get that beautiful kind of crust over it, so it's going to be perfectly medium rare.
Yorkshire pudding is all about the heat and, of course, the batter sort of puffing up, crispy on the outside.
Now, he's taken the little cauliflower florets and he's cooked them in beef fat. And then he's got these amazing cheese sauce.
The mozzarella for texture, red Leicester for colour, and cheddar for flavour.
Smells amazing.
There's a lot of work here. Parsnip puree's got to be smooth. Fondant potatoes, you have to be able to cut through it like butter.
I think it's quite a risky thing to be playing with. I'm trying to elevate it, but still keep it like recognisable as the dish it's supposed to be as well.
Yes, he's got to refine it, but it's got to have the soul and the heart of a great British roast dinner. Chefs, you've had half an hour. Half an hour gone.
Mario, what are you preparing for us?
So today, for family favorite, I'm doing my mom cheesecake. We have been eating it for the last probably 30 years. I just give you a twist, so I will bake it and I will blitz it, and it will become an ice cream.
Wow.
So Mum's cheesecake is a baked cheesecake.
Yes.
With eggs, cream cheese, and cream. But you're going to turn it into an ice cream.
Yes. I don't have time to make a cheesecake and set it. I need a whole night on the fridge. So I just thought maybe I can bake it and blitz it into an ice cream. And you have the caramelized flavor on top and all the flavors, but into an ice cream. My mom's cheesecake is the best. I can make it different, but it's not gonna be ever better as her.
Taking the cooked cheesecake and then blitzing it up until it's creamy and smooth. It's all about retaining the flavour of the cheesecake, and I question whether or not you'll still have that intense cheesy flavour once it's frozen.
Mario's also making a brandy snap basket to serve it in. You need to mould it while it's still warm, otherwise it can crack on you. Also, they do not want this to be too thick, because once it sets, you don't want anyone, especially Marcus, losing teeth.
It's got pear gels, it's got compressed pear. It's going to cut nicely through that rich cheesecake ice cream.
It will give you a nice company, but not overlapping the flavors, because I want the cheesecake to be the main ingredient. In the restaurant I work, I always do the cheesecake, and everybody love it. And every time I do it, I normally send pictures to my mom, and I tell her the feedback from the people, because I know she likes it as well. And when I told her I was doing ice cream, she was, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm sure she will be happy, definitely.
I love a baked cheesecake, especially a good one. And this sounds like a very special recipe. So Mario's got to deliver on this ice cream. Chefs, you're halfway through.
Yes, chef.
Looking forward to these family favorites.
This dish is a lot about nostalgia. It transports me back 15, 20 years ago, you know.
Sel,
Yes.
what has inspired this family favorite?
In fact, when I was a kid, I grew up in a very huge family. On Saturdays evenings, then my uncles used to gather, you know, to have a drink, and also they will cook a pig through the night. And then in the morning, first thing it was for all the family to gather and just eat from that feast that they prepared over the night. And I hope to convey that, what I had in my childhood, yes.
So that's a breakfast?
So that was how we started the day. And then you go through all the trimmings of the pork.
Do you get through one pig in a day?
Yes.
How big is this family?
Well, I got 7 uncles and aunts, and I have, like, I don't even know half of my cousins, to be honest.
My dish is composed by 3 elements. The main one is carnitas, which is like confit pork.
He's cooking the pork belly in lard as a confit. It's boiling quite rapidly. So I'm going to be interested to see what the texture of the pork actually really is. And he's also reducing a cola, which is going to be the sweet element, the sticky element of the pork belly, so you can have that distinctive flavour.
This is remind me so much of home. The smell, everything, the texture. You know, it's something very special where you can smell home.
So Sel's dish is all about a family celebration. So he's serving his carnitas on a bread filled with cheese and pork scratchings.
We have battered jalapenos, which are being filled with pork and potato, which are called chili relleno.
The batter for the chili relleno is all about beating the egg whites and then adding the egg yolk and flours. So if I don't get the right consistency, it will split, so the whole thing is going to be ruined.
And then we've got this roasted tomato salsa as well. So we've got some really interesting combinations and a huge amount of skill on show.
My family are really happy that I'm doing this dessert. They're very proud because it's taking recipes that have gone through the generations as well. It's very special. So I've chosen to do a little medley of our favourite desserts from my great-grandmother's cookbook, which I wanted to show you.
Oh, wow. That handwriting.
That looks like something that should be in the British Library.
I know. Apparently she was just the most wonderful cook.
Right.
So that's where most of our love for food comes from.
So these dishes you're doing today come from here?
Yes, I've had to adapt the recipes a little bit because these are almost 100 years old.
I love that.
When you go to a restaurant, they've got 4 or 5 desserts. They do this little assiette, a little slice of everything. And I think that's what this is going to be about. It's almost like one step in the past, but then Georgia's modernising it with her style.
So we have a strawberry ice cream that's going to go with a meringue.
Meringue, light, fluffy, crunchy on the outside. Madeleine is a little French cake. It's a classic.
They need to be cooked on a high heat, so it sort of has a nice crunch, just very light golden on the outside and soft on the inside.
And then we've got an interesting take on a creme brulee. She's cooked the creme brulee on the stove until it starts to split. She then puts that into the blender and blitzes it till it cools down and comes back together as one.
And then lastly, she's got essentially an affogato, so a coffee ice cream, and then she's going to pour a little espresso over the top of that.
Great big strong coffee flavour I think is really important in a good coffee ice cream.
This dessert is all about my childhood in France and the favourite desserts that we would have. Something we really looked forward to as kids.
Right, chefs, you've got 8 minutes left to finish your dishes and cook yourselves a place in our semi-finals.
Yes, chef.
Really, all I've got left to do now is plate, but even that's going to take up quite a bit of time.
I'm just making the brandy snaps, and I'll be ready. I'm going to cut the jelly, and that's it.
Waiting for my madeleines to come out, and then I'm going to coat them in dark chocolate. And then it's really just assembling everything.
Chefs, 60 seconds left.
Yes, chef.
60 seconds to put it on your plates. OK, chefs, your time is up.
Head chef Luke's family favourite is his take on the roast dinner. Rib of beef with onion glaze, fondant potatoes, parsnip puree, asparagus, chantenay carrots, truffle cauliflower cheese, Yorkshire pudding filled with beef, horseradish and watercress, served with a beef red wine sauce combined with a horseradish cream.
Yorkshire pudding, fabulous. I think that's beautifully made. Your cauliflower cheese sauce, I like that a lot. I like your beef, but I have to question why you cooked that beautiful piece of beef and you cut it up into these small little cubes. It's a rib of beef, and you had some beautiful slices. You've got the fat on the bench. That's the bit I want. I think that's a classic case of overthinking something.
I love the horseradish with the rich red wine sauce there as well. The Yorkshire pudding is delicious. This is overall a very accomplished Sunday roast.
The onion glaze on the beef has a bit of sweetness to it, which is nice. The potato fondants melting away, they're beautifully cooked. I really admire the amount of work you've put into this.
This is sort of food I cook all the time, so not to get it completely perfect has frustrated me a little bit.
Yeah, I knew the beef was going to be an issue. Overthinking it for the refinement.
Junior sous chef Georgia has created a collection of French desserts based on her great-grandmother's recipe book. Meringue with strawberry ice cream, chocolate-dipped madeleine, creme brulee, and a coffee ice cream affogato.
I think your creme brulee is delicious. The way you cooked it to a beautiful smoothness and set it just right. Coffee ice cream is sensational.
I love both the ice creams. The strawberry one, not too sweet, which is nice against the sweetness of the meringue. Yeah, my only criticism, it's individual desserts. It's not cohesive.
Your madeleines with the chocolate, they're soft, and I'm enjoying dipping that into the coffee. You wanted to showcase the joy of great-grandma's cookbook, and I think you did that.
To cook from my great-grandmother's cookbook, that's where it all started, all the love of food. It's so nice that it's gone through the generations and that I've done her justice.
Private chef Sal has cooked a trio of his Guatemalan family favorites. Pork carnitas glazed in cola, battered jalapeno filled with pork and potato, and a pork scratching and cheese stuffed flatbread, served with charred spring onion and a roasted tomato salsa.
The pork belly, you glazed it with the cola. In parts, it's dry, but there was one piece when you got the fat through that is delicious. Love that you've got the pork scratching inside of the flatbread. It's a nice surprise.
I love that salsa. I could eat that all day long. Just roasted tomatoes, coriander. It's pure simplicity. For me, it shines a light on using the simplest of ingredients. You've got a pork belly, some chilies, and this flatbread. And I think it's delicious.
I'm really enjoying your jalapeno pepper that you stuffed. It's got a lovely kick to it. There is a lot to like on this plate, but I don't think it's refined enough.
Presentation, didn't really want to elevate it. I should have probably, but, you know, that's the memory I had and I wanted to do it that way. I knew it wasn't refined enough, I knew it. Might cost me, but overall I'm happy.
Head chef Mario's dish is his take on his mum's baked cheesecake. Cheesecake ice cream, topped with a honey tuile, served in a brandy snap nest with fresh pear, pear jelly, and pickled pear gel.
The cheesecake ice cream is delicious, but just so rich, so sweet, and a lot of it. I'll have a couple of spoonfuls, have a rest, and then go back and have a bit more. I really like the pickled pear gel on the side. That sharpness is needed because it's so rich.
The cheesecake ice cream, if I was eating blind and didn't know what it was made from, I'd be struggling to identify a cheesecake. Your brandy snap's not cooked. Brandy snap is the key. You've got to cook it more. You've got to get it to a point where when a customer breaks into it, it gives you that snappiness.
I think it's very clever. You've taken a family favourite recipe, you've created something else with it, but it's far too sweet, and I don't need that much, even me. The jelly, it's just too chewy. The brandy snap and basket is just way too thick.
Not as good as expected. Combination and the flavors obviously not well executed. It didn't go as good as I thought it would be. It's fine, I'll take it.
It's been an interesting day in the MasterChef kitchen, especially when we know it's the semi-finals that they're fighting for. Georgia gave us a selection of desserts from her great-grandmother's cookery book.
I enjoyed the flavours. I thought the creme brulee, the texture of it and the little crack of the caramel on top, good.
My only thing with Georgia's dish is it was an individual little collection of desserts, and there was nothing that kind of brought it together. I loved Sal's dish, and I loved what he was representing.
I loved the jalapeno with the sweetness and, of course, the heat running through it, but I was a bit disappointed. The pork belly was dry.
If Sal stays in the competition, he needs to refine the details of his cookery.
Luke's take on a roast. He achieved an enormous amount. His Yorkshire pudding was absolutely bang on. The beef, I like that onion glaze over the top.
I think that Luke overthought the dish. Cutting up a rib of beef into cubes is criminal, but it was still a good plate of food, tasty.
Luke, he wanted to show off. He did that. He's got to learn when to cut back.
Mario's dish, I loved the story, but he turned it into an incredibly rich ice cream.
The brandy snap wasn't cooked enough. It was too thick. The concept, I think he's onto something. He's just not nailed it yet.
Not one of these chefs wants to leave this competition at this stage, but we have to make that decision.
It's just hard to put into words. It means everything to me. I want it so much, and I would be so gutted to go home.
I didn't cook at my best ability today, and I don't want that to be how I go home.
I don't want to go. I don't want to, you know, my journey on MasterChef to end here because I have more to offer.
I want to stay in the competition, obviously. I don't want to go home. I really like doing this and enjoy it a lot. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Chefs, we asked you to come into the kitchen today, be brave, be bold, and put everything on the line. And all 4 of you did just that. That was fantastic. We only have 3 places left in our semi-finals, which means one of you is leaving the competition.
The chef that is leaving us is Mario. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Sad because I'm leaving today, but my experience has been amazing. It helped me to find out the kind of food I want to do, like inspired by my Andalusian background. So I think that's really great to have been able to discover the path I want to follow.
Chefs, congratulations. You 3 are MasterChef semi-finalists.
I'm absolutely ecstatic. I can't wait to tell my family. It's a dream. I can't believe it.
I'm very proud and happy that I'm part of the final 8. I don't want to stop here, though. My expectations for myself keep getting higher.
Can't quite believe it. I'm very proud. I'm going to enjoy this moment because what is coming is huge as well. Yeah. But I'm really enjoying this moment.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Congratulations.
Well done.
Semi-finals.
Next time, it's the semi-finals, and the 8 best chefs are back, cooking off against each other
Extra chicken feet for Marcus, please.
as they fight for their place in the competition.
They're definitely winning.
I really like this.
Genius.
Yeah, it's delicious.
You can have my one.
No.